Hello, this is a very fast demo of PhyloCommons. PhyloCommons is a semantic phylogenetic database. It takes phylogenies in any format, converts them to RDF, and stores them in a triple store, which allows us to really efficiently download them, query them, visualize them, and so on. So I'm going to try and show you as many features as I can as possible in under 5 minutes. So if I click on trees here, you can see all of the phylogenies that are currently stored in the database. Most of these were just taken straight from Treebase. I can go ahead and click on one of them, and I can see some information about this tree. There's a citation link that will take you to Treebase and give you more information about the publication where this tree came from. There's a persistent URI, and there are 6 download buttons for different formats that we could download this tree in. The traditional Newick format, NexML, and my personal favorite, ASCII. This is kind of a fun way to quickly visualize this. For even better visualization, we can open this up in the browser-based SVG tree viewer. So you can see it draws this quite quickly, and you can drag it around, zoom in, pan, and so on to find the parts of the tree that you're interested in. There are also various different types of visualizations, triangular, rectangular, circular, and so on. Any of these can be saved as an SVG image, and when you're done, you can download the whole thing as a Newick tree quite easily. There are 11,000 trees here. Scrolling through them page by page is not going to be that useful, so we can search to narrow down the trees that we might be interested in. So for example, if I just give it this list of 5 species here, I've got 3 hominids, a mouse, and a rat, and click search. Then it will come up with all of the trees that match any of these names. So I can see highlighted in blue are 2 trees that matched all 5 names. There are also 2 taxonomies highlighted in green that also matched all 5 names. And then we've got a bunch of partial matches ranging from only 4 to only 1 of those names. We can give it additional metadata criteria, such as limiting the publication dates that we're interested in, and so on. And if I click here on View these species, again I'll get my SVG tree viewer, but I will visualize only this subset of the tree that contains those 5 names that I was interested in. So I can quickly see what these species look like and what the relationships are in the actual tree that I'm interested in. We can do more advanced querying. One cool feature of PhyloCommons is that it automatically highlights, or it automatically labels, rather, the higher order taxa in the phylogeny. So that allows me to search from any higher order taxa. For example, I can enter the names of some genera. I'll just enter some birds here, and click Get Tree, and it shows me all the trees that might match part of my query. So I can see again there's one match that matched all 5, and then there was one match that only matched a single one of those names. So if I click Get Tree, I will quickly get a Newick format tree that contains those 5 genera. So it has 5 leaves and nothing else. Some other things I can do, I can turn off pruning, which means I want it to find the most recent common ancestor of the groups that I'm searching for, but not prune away any of the other nodes. So I'll choose the Yets Birds tree explicitly so that I don't have to go through the disambiguation step. And I've unchecked prune. Now I click Get Tree, and now I get more than just those 3 genera that I was searching for. I also get all of the species that are part of that genera, because these won't be pruned away. I'll also get various other genera that are part of the same clade, because these are not being pruned away either. So I could actually do this with just a single group, say Rodentia. I click Get Tree, and I quickly get a tree that contains all rodents and only rodents. One last feature that I want to show that I think is really great is common name and synonym matching. So by choosing a taxonomy down here in the advanced options, I'm going to choose the NCBI taxonomy. I now have access to NCBI's synonym list, which includes misspellings, common names, and synonyms. So now instead of using only the names as they're listed in the database, I can now use all types of other names. So for example, I'm going to search for cat, dog, sheep, pig, and ostrich. This is just a random query that I tried earlier, and I was surprised to find that in fact there is one tree-based tree that contains all 5 of those, highlighted in blue for us up here. So if I click Get Tree, the interesting thing to notice here, actually I'm going to click on Prune again, and I will open this in the tree viewer. Click Get Tree, and what you find is that the resulting subtree here is using exactly the same names that I queried for, rather than the Latin binomials that are actually contained in this tree in the database. So I think this is very important. If I was trying to download a phylogeny for a specific data set, my data set might contain synonymous species names, it might contain misspellings or common names. And if I were to get back only a tree that contained the quote-unquote accepted names, it would become a very difficult problem to try and link that phylogeny to my actual data set. So this way, PhyloCommons basically guarantees that you and the service are speaking the same language. And I can click here to get the tree in Newick format, and you'll see that it does include pigs, sheep, cats, dogs, and ostriches. So those are that's just a very quick tour of some of the features of PhyloCommons. All of the development has been done open source on GitHub, so feel free to check this out. Bendy Morris/PhyloCommons on GitHub. Please get in touch if you find anything wrong. You can list that on the issue tracker. If you have any suggestions, or if you want to actually contribute some code, I would love to talk to you. So I'm going to be presenting this at IEVO Bio's Software Bazaar in a couple days. So if you're attending IEVO Bio, I hope to see you there.